government area is the council area which also doubles as the capital of Akwa Ibom State. The local government area, which plays host to the seat of government, is indeed the mirror with which any visitor to Akwa Ibom State sees the state. This therefore makes the local government area a center of attraction to all. The State Chief Executive, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, had consistently, since he was sworn in as governor on the 29th of May 2015, remained committed to the development of the rural areas of the state. He has also maintained his stance on opening up the hinterland out to the urban cities. This is no doubt born out of the fact that he places high premium on grassroots development. During the official swearing-in ceremony of the 31 Local Government Transition Committee Chairman on the 4th of July 2016, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, charged Chairman of the newly inaugurated Local Government Transition Committees to deliver quality services to the people of their areas. The Governor, who gave the charge at their swearing-in at the banquet hall of the Government House, Uyo, tasked them to be focused, transparent and proactive in the discharge of their assignments. He was very emphatic in his charge to them to be proactive and ensure that they hit the ground running. He reminded them that they were principal partners in the execution of his mandate towards the people and the development of the state. Governor Emmanuel, who was mindful of the present unpleasant economic realities, promised to inject funds into the local government councils so as to stimulate rural development. He also charged the new chairman to exhibit high sense of probity in the execution of the assignment, especially in the face of the current economic realities.
We have to be more creative, decisive, forward-looking, tough without being obnoxious, and above all, we must be transparent in what we are doing. The people will be watching your every move, and you must not fail them. Everybody will now, when you have a problem, everybody will start watching you. And God help you. A little bit like your own marriage. Because even the wife you married will tell you you use no government fund to marry that wife. So welcome to the job. My administration will, as always, stand steady to support you. And working in close partnership will continue to inspire the people and rouse them to the Takada and clear the field of their greatness. Let me say something here. We are laying a super economic foundation.
The State Chief Executive, however, charged the chairman to swear in their transition committee members immediately. Of the 31 sworn in, 4 were women, and 8 of them who served as chairman in the last transition committees were reappointed, while the rest were new appointees. Saddled with the responsibility of steering the affairs of Uyo Local Government Council was Barrister Mfon Basi Ben, who was one of the new appointees on the team of Local Government Transition Committee Chairman. Inspired by the emphatic charge given to them by His Excellency the Executive Governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, Obong Barrister Mfon Ben, barely 3 hours after he was sworn in, swung into action immediately as he proceeded to the council hall at the headquarters of the Uyo Local Government Council to administer the oath of office to members of his transition committee. With the administration of oath taken by the secretary and all other members of the transition committee, the Uyo Local Government Council had been formally constituted and ready for action. Present at the swearing-in ceremony were some former chairmen of the council, political leaders of Uyo, the head of service of the local government, directors and staff of council, as well as a cross-section of indigents of the local government area, which comprised various women and youth groups, students and traditional leaders of the local government area. In his maiden address to the Transition Committee members and the entire staff of Council, the new Transition Committee chairman sued for their cooperation to succeed and also urged the people of Uyo to eschew tendencies of creating disharmony and embrace peace, unity and love for one another so as to pave way for meaningful development.
This idea is please counterpart the government. The basic groundwork the government laid today, and that is what today is going to.
In their separate speeches, speaker after speaker, while congratulating the new head of council, admonished him to be focused and to be close as possible to the people while carrying along every stakeholder. Those who spoke included former chairman of the council as well as political leaders and elders of the local government area. Having understood the intricacies of the challenges ahead of him as transition chairman, Barrister Mfon Ben found it expedient to consult with stakeholders of the local government area. This was why he brought together former chairmen, political leaders and elders of the local government area as well as top members of staff of the council for consultations. The brief but very impactful meeting afforded him the opportunity to receive wise counsel from them as well as keep him abreast with the challenges facing the local government area. After the briefing and consultations with his predecessors and the elders of Uyo was completed, Obong Barrister Mfon Ben found it expedient to commit himself, the new administration of the local government council and the entire people of Uyo to God. Having dedicated the running of the council's affairs to God, Obong Barrister Mfon Ben formally proceeded to take over as chairman on his very first day of office. Upon resumption, he received handover notes from his predecessor, Dr. Mrs. Grace Ekbo. The chairman of Uyo Local Government Transition Committee, Obong Mfon Ben, said the local government would ensure that programs of the Udom Emmanuel administration would be brought closer to the grassroots for the benefit of the people of the area. He reiterated his commitment to truly making local government administration in Uyo the closest to the people, as he pledged to interface with all stakeholders from time to time.
As an opportunity to give to your people the things they expected of you. What do they expect of you? They expect open government, they expect relationship with the state government, they expect partnership for growth. So entirely what they expect is to create a platform that will ensure that the Uyo local government area provides the basic, the necessary community relationship of every leadership. The local government area would ensure that government programs are driven back to the grassroots. That's our expectations. That government would understand Uyo from its perspective, and Uyo would partner with the state government and federal government in ensuring development being brought to the people. We want to create a relationship, an impact of relationship with the government and people. That's my responsibility.
Obong Mfon Ben also noted that it was the desire of the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, to positively affect the lives of the people through his numerous people-oriented programs and projects, particularly in building the economic capacity of the state through his industrialization program. On the promotion of investments and commercial activities in the state, the chairman noted that Uyo was the mirror with which visitors saw Akwa Ibom, and as such expressed worry over some activities of some local government agents which were not investment friendly. He promised to address the issues of multiple taxations and the disreputable mode of collection of levies amongst others so as to create a healthy investment environment.
The first and most essential aspect is to create a friendly environment between Uyo and the state government and federal government for industrial relationship. For example, we want to ensure that the current situation of presupposed unfriendly nature of Uyo business will be reduced. We intend to ensure that we reduce the burden of government on the people. Governance is also a burden, supposed to be a relationship. So for the first instance, we look into the area of concentration, like we work around them. We foresee and we know for now that multiplicity of taxes and levies from all areas of government, from local government, we intend to reduce that burden of governance on the people. We intend to ensure that tax force mentality is removed. We want to work into a system where things are provided for a consultancy business point of view, not a tax force mentality. So Uyo is becoming more friendly and intend to make it more friendly in this administration. And most importantly, we intend to provide the infrastructure based land for industries. So we will ensure that where government intends to utilize for this Uyo, the local government will be in the front line to provide those infrastructure, those land space for industry. So we intend to create an industrial layouts, industrial blueprint, which we already have a blueprint for the local government area. Is today we adopted to include industrial blueprint. So when the government wants to come to Uyo, we come within the areas of land. So we fight for such industrial functions. So it will not be in conflict with other areas of engagement already in plan with the Uyo local government blueprint already. So we intend to function with the government to ensure this development program comes to bear in Uyo.
He also called on the people of Uyo, particularly the youth, to imbibe a new social orientation as encapsulated in the Dakada philosophy, and also asked the people to be more united so that peace and development could thrive.
I want to drive in a new awareness and consciousness. We want to work on drug reduction program. We want to work on a reading culture. We are going to work on social return in such a way that government and the people get benefit. We want to remove those areas of dislocation. That's the main thing we need to do. We need to bring back the people to think from the Dakada point of view. The government is saying, stand up to your greatness. We want to drive that message to the communities. Every village in Uyo today will come and add venue to provide the ideology of Dakada. The Dakada ambassador train will take it to the different grassroots. We're going to have Dakada ambassadors in every village of the Uyo local government area to bring the idea of governance of the governor to the grassroots.
The Transition Committee Chairman, who thanked his predecessor, Dr. Mrs. Grace Egbo, for her courageous and diligent service to the people as chairman, also called on former chairmen who were present at the handover ceremony to keep their doors open, as he would always need their counsel. The prayers to dedicate the new council administration and the Uyo local government area were offered. With all that setting the tone for the smooth takeoff of his administration, Barrister Mfon Ben began moves to foster unity and pave way for the promotion of peace amongst the people of the local government area. This he did by welcoming at various times stakeholders, which included women and youth groups, political leaders and elders, traditional leaders as well as religious leaders of the local government to his office. This afforded the council boss the opportunity to interact with them while seeking their cooperation to succeed. He urged them to be partners in progress in the development of the local government, while they in turn pledged their solidarity to the chairman and their unflinching support for the Udom Emmanuel administration in the state. As a metropolitan local government area which plays host to a large number of visitors from other local governments and from other states of the federation, the need to ensure peace and adequate security could not be overemphasized, as it was a necessary ingredient for meaningful development to thrive. It is against this background that the Uyo Transition Committee boss had in the last couple of months made several consultations and interactions with various security agents in the state to build a synergy so as to ensure that peace and security is maintained within the local government area. These moves have since yielded results, as he has been able to build a swift rapport amongst the people in the communities and the security agencies for rapid response in event of security breaches. This played out most recently when he promptly intervened in resolving the clash between youths of Itiam community and a community of Hausa residents in the area following a minor misunderstanding. This, however, left some youths wounded while properties were destroyed. The prompt intervention by the Transition Committee Chairman, with support from the security agencies, saved Uyo what would have escalated into a full-blown riotous situation. He promptly moved in to address the warring parties, an action which brought peace back to the area.
We know peace is the only instrument you can use to build relationship. Peace is like a bridge. It takes you to the person's house. And so, being a peaceful person, you attract peaceful situations also. People have always known me to be somebody who is peaceful and also attract relationship. That being the case, I have for a long time been able to establish the circumstances of confidence and trust in the mind of people. So being appointed the transition chairman, it allows people to have trust to say, okay, this person we have known before, we can have confidence in him. So they can come out and relate with you, and they can come out and be a reflection of that harmony. So when you say, I want peace, they know, yes, you sincerely want peace, because they know you stand up for peace. And that has translated into so many things we are doing in council. We create a community, where the problem in the community, we don't just go by force, we call them, we preach peace, we look at any area, any method we can use to resolve the differences and the conflict. We've done that in almost every situation that has risen in my tenure. That's why you've not found any situation of conflict this time around. Even very recently, where there was this Hausa, Itiam community problem, you quickly intervened and we ensured that peace was restored immediately. So the mechanism to achieve peace is that you must be peaceful yourself.
An idle mind, they say, is a devil's workshop. In line with his resolve to get youths meaningfully engaged and to create an avenue for social and economic development, the chairman inaugurated a sports committee for Uyo local government. The committee was saddled with the responsibility of organizing sporting events which would not only engage the youths in meaningful and productive ventures but would also signpost them for fame, economic opportunities and fortunes. The sports project had no doubt yielded tremendous results, as it has not only created unity amongst the people of the local government but has also been a veritable avenue where young talents were discovered. Since then, sporting activities had been organized severally across the local government area. One of the major ones include the Uyo Unity Football Cup amongst others. Sporting activities in Uyo has further boosted the physical fitness and general health of the people. Uyo Local Government Secretariat is located on Wellington Bassey Way, just as the Judiciary Complex, the A Division of the Nigeria Police, the Metro Guest House and the Government House, Uyo. While all these other locations were signposted by a distinctive identity, the Uyo Local Government Secretariat had none, as it was bare. Consequently, not many visitors or even residents could identify the council headquarters. The administration of Barrister Mfon Ben found it expedient to put out a significant masterpiece which is not only symbolic but would give identity as well as boost the landscape and aesthetics of Uyo Local Government Council headquarters. The new look landscaping and symbols at the entrance of the council headquarters, which have now become a star attraction to all passers-by, has to its left 4 chiefs, each representing the 4 clans of Uyo Ikonibom, Ofort, Oko, and Etoe. To the right is an aesthetic fountain of pots flowing with water, signifying life, peace, and love. Other symbols portraying the cultural heritage of Uyo people in agriculture, commerce, trade, and industry dot the gate. The 2 gates of the council had been remodeled, while the entire council headquarters had been given a facelift. Indeed, it is a pleasant face of Uyo. Health, they say, is wealth. The Barrister Mfon Ben led Uyo Local Government Transition Committee had taken time to assess the healthcare delivery status of the local government. He also took stock of the healthcare needs of the people, a situation which prompted him to mobilize medical personnel in partnership with the Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) to the rural communities of Uyo local government area. Health services of various degrees, including surgeries, were delivered to the people free of charge. The centers for the free medical services were pitched at Ikorayan and Ikorebo communities of Ikono clan in Uyo local government area. Several persons, including women and children and elderly persons, benefited from the Uyo Free Medical Services initiated by Uyo Local Government Transition Council.
The boy is waiting to have his turn on the surgical operation. As you can see, he has a swelling, what we call a mass or lump.
Persons living with disabilities were not forgotten by the Uyo Local Government Council. For the first time ever, a physically challenged person was appointed personal assistant to the chairman with the responsibility to serve as a liaison to the chairman on persons living with disabilities. The horizon of the chairman regarding the plight of physically challenged persons has since been broadened as he now places premium on their welfare. On Valentine's Day, the Uyo Council Transition Committee boss visited the Itiam Special Education Center in Uyo, where he organized a surprise Valentine party for them and shared gifts to make them feel loved on the day.
We are all persons with disabilities in one way or the other. We all need each other. God created everything perfect, but the devil must always try to distort the perfect creation of God. And so Valentine today, when we should be sharing love and the spirit of Christ, people will go about doing very great immoral things. And so I thought the best approach is to give the statement of God, to come and show love to those who really need love. And so we are just here to tell you that we are you in body, we are with you in spirit, we are with you in expressing love. So happy Valentine to all the children in this school. Happy Valentine to the teachers and members. Thank you.
On the visit, he inspected some of the dilapidating structures and equipment and promised to address some of the pressing needs of the school and the physically challenged students.
We are so grateful to this chairman. I don't know how to start. In fact, as I'm starting, it's like I should break dance.
This is the first time a chairman of Uyo local government has deemed it necessary to come, not just coming, but to come and dine and wine with children with disabilities. Can we give 3 kuza to the chairman of Uyo?
That is why the righteous man, in the person of Honorable Barrister Von Ben, is on the throne. That is why a lot of students here in special education rejoicing today, even my very self. Praise the Lord. So that's why I said, my chairman, sir, thank you. May God bless you, sir. We still stand on the 1st February 2017 statement that persons with disability in the Uyo local government still stand with you. And we say, we are going to support you, as we already said. Thank you very much. As you celebrate with persons with disabilities today. So God bless you.
For these physically challenged persons, the era of Barrister Mfon Ben as chairman continues to gladden them, and they would want more and more of these. Management of markets and its operations fall within the ambit of the local government. The major market in Uyo, the Akpanande market, is in fact the biggest commercial trading center, attracting several hundreds of traders and buyers on daily basis. The market adds a fair share of value to the socio-economy of the people of Uyo and the state in general. But all did not seem well with the market, as it had over time suffered a low utilization by traders who now abandoned their stalls inside the market to sell on the road, as well as complaints of low patronage from them. Some of the traders, particularly women, complained of incessant harassment by touts who illegally extort them. In recognition of the social and economic importance of the market, the chairman of the council, upon resumption, visited the Akpanande market to ascertain its states, following several complaints by the traders, which ranged from high taxations, poor sanitation, flooding, amongst others. Having undertaken several visits to the market over time, he swung into action by reconstituting a proactive market management committee to oversee the market.
So many workers will remove that gutter. The gutter has been blocked for so many years, nobody touches it. But now if you go there, you can see the water of the gutter flowing. The support I had from the chairman is that anything that I tell the chairman is good to do in the market, he will always ask me to go and do. He's solely behind me by supporting me, by telling me anything that I see and tell him that we should do it. He said there's no problem.
The committee, with the support of the chairman, has within a few months of taking responsibility begun a rapid transformation of the market. Sanitation is now carried out regularly. Drainages are desilted, while basic amenities such as water, conveniences and security are being enhanced. The traders are now the better for it.
There was a time when he was not the chairman. This market, if you enter the market, it was like if nobody is selling the market again. Why? Because of high ticketing and harassment here and there. But all those things are stopped because since Barrister came, he has been coming to the market by himself. He just walked down without even coming with any policeman or anybody to intimidate the market women.
They now enjoy a better and safer environment to trade. And what's more, the free tax holiday given every Thursday by the state government, the market women take advantage of this and get their sales boosted. Behind every successful man, they say, stands a woman. In the case of Barrister Ben, it is a case of a woman standing not just behind but beside the successful man. Mrs. Bridget Ben is the wife of the chairman of Uyo Local Government Transition Committee. She has been complementing her husband's role in the social and economic development of the people of Uyo, particularly in the area of women and children, with her Child Trust Foundation pet project. The Child Trust Foundation, which also complements the efforts of the Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Program of Her Excellency, the wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Mrs. Martha Udom Emmanuel, was initiated to promote and cater for the education, health and general well-being of children, particularly the less privileged. The Child Trust Foundation, which was launched in 2016, had embarked on rehabilitation programs for indigent children. Recently, it distributed free uniforms, books and school bags to pupils of some primary schools in Uyo at an elaborate event which was attended by all strata of personalities from across the local government. No doubt, this era of Barrister Ben as chairman of Uyo Local Government Transition Committee has left laudable landmarks, which leaves the people of Uyo grateful to Governor Udom Emmanuel for appointing him to mount the saddle as chairman of the local government. The people of Uyo are craving for more, again and again.